Wide of the goal as Hedman let it go, and Killorn was one stick who got a piece of that one. Here's Hedman, chased by Nick Foligno. Got the puck free, and Foligno charges ahead. Strawman back. The former Blue Jacket coming late. Scott Hartnell shooting, and it's stopped by Bishop. He tumbles to the ice in South Florida. Tim Erickson had it chopped away. Good hustle play by Brett Connolly to get it down the ice. Connolly reaching the 100-game mark for his very young career. Lightning have it. Matt Carl shoots. Knocked down by Bobrovsky. He's got time to cover. Jared Bull lofts the puck down the ice. Hedman comes across to meet Corey Trop. Trop controls it. Centers in front and just by the stick of Michael Chaput. David Savard to Chaput. Back to Savard with a shot. A save by Bishop, and he'll cover it up. Didn't see a lot of pucks the other night against the Sabres, as you saw there. Lightning had a 35-13 shot advantage, and they score. The Blue Jackets have opened the scoring on the goal by Boone Jenner. A top corner wrist shot. It makes it 1-0 Columbus.
What a shot. Boy, I'll tell you what, it's only his fourth, and he's been bothered with injuries as well. Hasn't had everybody on the Blue Jackets roster, but there it is. That little pass through the middle is missed. And Jenner just wheels and fires like that. He beats Bishop's short side high, and I'm not sure that he saw all of it off the stick.
3 first-rounders they had a couple of years ago, just getting his feet wet in the NHL right now. Here's Strawman shooting, and he rockets it over the stick of Bobrovsky. Hedman angles it back around for Filppula. Strawman fires, saved by Bobrovsky. Lightning get the puck once again. And Boone Jenner right on him. It's the puck from Steven Stamkos. Now to Filppula. Across for Stamkos. 34 seconds to go in the penalty, and this Toyota power play chance for the Lightning. Out in front. Connolly got it on goal. A save by Bobrovsky. You and I were chatting about the size of some of these forwards. Johansson, 224. You can see him. He's hardly fazed by that hit.
I know. 6'3", and he's got a lot of skill.
Callahan leaving it. Killorn will shoot. A save by Bobrovsky. Rebound just over the stick of Stamkos. Game 26 for Columbus. They have missed 168 man games to injury. And they now have 7 players on injured reserve at this moment. And that number doesn't seem to change, just the names. Here comes Jack Skilly for Columbus. Waits, and he'll fire. A save by Bishop. Rebound bounced off Reichel. This has scored 20 of its 57 goals with the man advantage. And the puck coming back to the point to Johnson. He'll wind. He'll fake the shot. Here's a try and stop by Bishop. They score! It dropped in behind him. And Jenner once again letting it go.
Well, they haven't been shy of shooting the puck. That's the one thing for sure with their power play. They get in an area, they're not going to pass away from it. Take a look at this fake shot. Now watch Jenner walk in and just takes that quick shot on the short side.
My mistake, Chief. David Savard, the point man.
Yeah, it just moved down. He got it underneath the arm. It looked like Ben had it controlled, but it was able to just drop down and quickly. Lightning are down 2-0.
Yeah, they tried to.
48.
The thrust there by the Stamkos line. And it's Stamkos wheeling through center. Steps around Skilly. Fires a save by Bobrovsky. Reaching up with that right arm. Here's a try that bounced off him. As Killorn let it go from the boards.
If by the Bolts here putting pucks on net, you guys touched on, they got to play more of a north-south game.
And the puck left at the line. Here comes Gibbons. And he skates in on Bishop. Shooting. Bishop the stop. And he makes the stop. It looked like it might roll up his arm and drop behind him. He made sure it stayed outside the net. Pass behind Garrison. And they move it out to Stamkos. One-on-one with Erickson. Swings wide. Around the net he goes. Stamkos in front. To Strawman. Tees it up. Shoots. Saved by Bobrovsky. He'll skate ahead down that left side with Boyle. The pass across. He's walled off by Jack Johnson. Drouin. Leaves that puck smartly to Boyle. Got it in front. The shot. Bobrovsky. A save on Brendan Morrow. What a save that was.
Boy, take it one here. They moved it around right here. Boyle makes a nice play. Comes right across there. Right there for...
Call it.
Oh, it's these camera guys.
Pass ahead for Kucherov by his stick. He's a little upset. Gets in there and fires a save by Bobrovsky. Ended up winning the race. Out to Eriksson shooting at it. Just skims off Reichel and missed the net. Kirby Reichel, 3 assists his first 3 games in the National Hockey League. Looking for that first goal. Lob pass reaching Johnson, and he tests Bobrovsky with that shot off the pad. Ian Morrow hit the deck. Lightning end up with a puck. Drouin. Going to lose Atkinson. Leopold has it, and he's checked there by Jonathan Drouin. And Gudas stepped up with a hit on Atkinson. We're looking for a north-south game. Alex Killorn's your guy. Trying to get that started. Here's a steal for the Lightning. Schuster. Stamkos rifles one, and Bobrovsky with a clear view of it makes the save. With the puck, it's Conley cuts into the backhand. It's chopped off his stick, though. A good play there by Corey Trop. Away comes Chaput. Swings in, has room, fires, saved by Bishop. Rebound, Hedman. Prevented Trop from getting that shot away. Boyle getting to it. In for Morrow. Back for Drouin. Works against Johansson, trying to lose him with a quick stop. Boyle spilled in front. As Drouin fires, saved by Bobrovsky. Dives out to cover the puck. It's still loose. And Johansson trying to pry it out of a crowd. He does. Lightning had it taken away once again. Foligno staying strong on the puck. Filppula trying to settle the issue here with Schuster. Tired group out for the Lightning. Here's a drive. Saved by Bishop. He gloved that one. Pass intercepted by Hedman at the line. Stamkos penetrates along with Callahan. Gudas beating it. Here's a shot, a save by Bobrovsky, and that try by Brendan Morrow. He's had a couple of beauties in this game. Jonathan Drouin. Boyle occupying 2 jackets as Palat feeds the point. Carl there on with Schuster. The try is blocked by Calvert, taken by Boyle. His shot knocked down. Rebound, a save by Bobrovsky. Seconds to go on it. Stroman trailed by Foligno. And it's fired right in front. Bobrovsky with a save there. He makes the stop on Palat. It looked like they had the little opening they wanted to jam one in.
I think Andre Palat was a little bit surprised it got through to him. But watch, when the puck does get to him, I think he gets it on the heel of his stick. Right there, he had a lot of play in the middle of the ice.
You favor the Lightning speed in this situation?
Well, to a degree, yeah. If you shoot the
Here's Stamkos firing. Bobrovsky to stop the rebound. Hit the defenseman. Came right back to him. Bishop gets a handle. Gudas. Ahead for Conley, trying to step around Tim Eriksson, could not. Atkinson in for the puck, fires, and Bishop a stop there. He makes a rebound stop off Jenner. Paquette over for Kucherov. Fires for Palat in front. 2 Columbus sticks there. Hartnell got it loose. Skilly out of the box. And Columbus has killed the penalty. Now it's a 2-on-1. Chaput to Skilly. And they score! It went in off Bishop as Skilly was trying to get it to Chaput, and it deflects into the net to make it 3-0.
4:51, a number of the odd man rushes that they've had. Take a look on the back play here. The puck is very quickly up to the wing, and then you see them move in, takes the shot, it goes over there, and it hits Kucherov in the stick as he was trying to feed it back to Chaput, and it just misses him and hits Kucherov, who knocks it in. Yeah, Lightning had no shots on goal in the power play. In fact, at the tail end of the power play, produced that 3rd goal for Columbus.
That's on Stroman. Works against Atkinson, hangs on to it on the wraparound. He's stopped by Bobrovsky. Here's the shot out in front. It's blocked by Schuster. Lightning 4 shorthanded goals in the last 15 games. Might be thinking a little offense if they get the opportunity here. Down 3-0, 10.5 to play in the 3rd. Filppula working with Paquette. Savard trying to dig it free. Back of the point, it's Gudas with the wrist shot. Save Bobrovsky. Down he went. The rebound cleared away. It was off balance just for a moment there, but Hedman. Now to Kucherov. Pass to Palat. Bishop going to the bench. The centering pass knocked down. Hedman stick breaks, deflects it on Bobrovsky, covers the puck. There's JD, and they were just going to stay the course, keep this group together, give them a chance to put something together. Pass out in front. Kucherov down. They score! Palat quickly firing it home. 1:13 to go.
Well, they've been moving that puck around as much as possible. They finally were able to get a goal as Palat. They move it so quickly. There you see the one pass, the second pass, and then no chance for Bobrovsky, who's really been outstanding. So you got Duran to Kucherov to Palat for the goal.
Each team still down a man with under a minute to go in the third period. The Lightning down 3-1. Here's Drouin, fakes the shot, goes back to Stroman. Playing it across to Johnson. In the slot, tipped the save. Once again, they work the play to Palat, and Bobrovsky had the answer this time. Well, they were allowing 55 shots on goal to the Panthers 2 nights ago. They allow 34 here. They win both games, and this one a little bit more convincingly, 3-1 with Sergei Bobrovsky, 33 saves.